The legal disclaimer ensures transparency about recipe sources and viewer responsibility. Teochew Duck, known in Hokkien and Teochew dialects as Lor Ark is one of the most revered dishes of the Teochew Chinese diaspora, a community that migrated from China's Guangdong province to Southeast Asia and left an indelible mark on the food culture of Malaysia and Singapore. The dish exemplifies the Teochew culinary philosophy, a restrained, ingredient-forward approach that prizes the natural flavor of the main ingredient, enhanced rather than masked by seasonings. Where Cantonese roast duck dazzles with crisp skin and complex spice marinades, Teochew duck wins through patience, a whole bird slowly braised in a glossy, dark caramel-soy liquor until the meat is meltingly tender and the skin has taken on a lacquered mahogany sheen. The technique at the heart of this dish is caramelizing sugar in oil until it turns a deep, almost burnt amber, then using that caramel as both coloring and flavor base for the braise. This is a hallmark of Teochew and Hokkien braising. The caramel lends a subtle, smoky bitterness that balances the saltiness of the soy sauce and the sweetness of the reduced braising liquid. Galangal Thai, sliced and stuffed into the duck's cavity, is the other defining aromatic. Its piney, peppery, almost medicinal fragrance permeates the meat from the inside out as the duck simmers. Lee Sook Ching's version in Malaysian Home Cooking is characteristically minimalist, just galangal, sugar, soy sauce, and water, trusting the duck itself to provide the richness. Many Singaporean and Malaysian home cooks, as documented in the cross-referenced sources, enrich the braising liquid with star anise, cinnamon, cloves, garlic, and five-spice powder. These additions are traditional variations rather than deviations, and Lee Sook Ching herself notes that a strip of pork belly or shoulder can be braised alongside the duck for added depth. That is always in patience. Taste Atlas classifies Lor Ark as a traditional dish of the Chaozhou region, especially popular in the Singaporean Teochew community, where it is served at celebratory events, festivals, and family gatherings, and is also a beloved hawker center staple, typically served with yam, rice, braised eggs, and firm bean curd, all drenched in the thick, savory sweet gravy. Main ingredients: whole duck, 1 W galangal, 2 5 semen or knob, cooking oil, 4 tablespoons, sugar, 3 tablespoons, light soy sauce, 2 tablespoons, dark soy sauce, 1 tablespoon, water, 3 cups. Accompanying chili sauce, red chilies, 10, garlic, 3 cloves, vinegar, 5 tablespoons, salt, 1/2 teaspoon, sugar to taste. Optional additions: aster anise, 2 pods, cinnamon stick, 1 small piece, cloves, 3/4, 5 spice powder, 1 teaspoon, garlic, 4-5 cloves lightly smashed, pork belly or shoulder, 1 strip. Here are the written ingredient list. Preparation steps. Step 1. Clean and prepare the duck. Remove any excess fat from the duck's cavity and tail area. Cut off the legs at the joint. This helps the duck sit more compactly in the braising pan and allows the braising liquid to reach all parts of the bird evenly. Pat the duck thoroughly dry inside and out with paper towels. A dry surface is essential because residual moisture will interfere with the caramelization step and cause spattering when the duck meets the hot oil. Cross-reference note: Marvelina recommends an additional pre-step of rubbing the duck with salt, marinating for 15-20 minutes, then briefly submerging the whole duck in a pot of boiling water for 5 minutes before patting dry. This tightens the skin, removes any remaining surface impurities or pin feathers, and helps the braising liquid penetrate more evenly. Cheryl Lulian Tan similarly suggests trimming excess fat and marinating the duck with salt and 5-spice powder for 2 hours or overnight for deeper flavor. Step 2. Prepare the galangal. Peel the 2, 5 cm or knob of galangal and slice it into 4 roughly equal pieces. Galangal is not the same as ordinary ginger. It is denser, more fibrous, and has a distinctive piney, slightly peppery aroma with none of ginger's sharp heat. It cannot be substituted with ginger if you want an authentic Teochew flavor profile. Stuff the 4 galangal slices into the duck's main cavity. As the duck braises, the galangal will release its fragrance into the surrounding meat from the inside, infusing the bird with its characteristic aroma. Cross-reference note: every cross-reference source confirms galangal as the primary aromatic. Recipes we cherish: The Burning Kitchen and Eat a Shoot a Post. All stuff galangal slices into the duck cavity, while some also add garlic, star anise, cinnamon, and cloves either inside the cavity or into the braising liquid. Lee Sook Ching's minimalist approach uses galangal alone, which lets the duck's own flavor shine. Step 3. Prepare the chili sauce, arprank. Pound the 10 red chilies and 3 cloves of garlic together in a mortar and pestle until they form a rough paste. Transfer to a small bowl and stir in 4-5 tablespoons of vinegar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and sugar to taste. Adjust the vinegar and sugar until you achieve a bright, tangy, slightly sweet chili sauce of your preferred consistency. It should be spoonable, not watery. Set aside. This chili sauce is the traditional accompaniment that cuts through the richness of the braised duck and provides a sharp, acidic counterpoint to the dark, savory sweet gravy. Cooking steps. Step 4. Caramelize the sugar. Heat 4 tablespoons of cooking oil in a large, heavy-bottomed pan or wok, one wide and deep enough to hold the entire duck, over medium heat. Add the 3 tablespoons of sugar and stir continuously in the hot oil. The sugar will first melt, then begin to bubble and darken. Keep stirring until the caramel turns a deep, dark amber, almost mahogany, color. This typically takes 3–5 minutes. Do not walk away, sugar can burn very quickly once it reaches the dark stage, and a burnt caramel will taste bitter and acrid. You are aiming for a color that is deep and rich but still smells sweet and smoky, not charred. A cross-reference note, this sugar caramelization technique is confirmed across all cross-reference sources. Recipes. We Cherish describes frying the aromatics first, then adding sugar and cooking until it caramelizes. The Burning Kitchen and Teochew Post both melt sugar in oil until golden before adding the soy sauce. The caramel is what gives Lor Ark its signature dark, glossy appearance and complex bittersweet depth. Step 5. Brown the duck in the caramel. Carefully lower the prepared duck into the pan with the hot caramel. Use tongs or 2 large spoons to turn the duck continuously, coating it evenly in the caramelized sugar. The duck skin should take on a rich, dark brown color as the caramel adheres to it. This step takes about 3–4 minutes of steady turning. The caramel not only colors the skin but also begins building the flavor foundation of the braising liquid. Be careful of spattering. The duck should be as dry as possible before this step to minimize oil splatter. Step 6. Add the soy sauces. Once the duck is evenly browned, pour in 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce and 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce. Continue turning the duck in the soy caramel mixture for another 1–2 minutes until the duck is evenly coated with a glossy dark glaze. The dark soy sauce is primarily for color. It gives the duck its characteristic deep mahogany hue, while the light soy sauce provides the salty, savory seasoning. If using the optional spices star anise, cinnamon, cloves, garlic, 5-spice powder, add them now and stir briefly to release their aroma into the oil. Cross-reference note. Teochew Post emphasizes that the most important ingredient is the dark soy sauce, and it is important to buy the very best quality soy sauce. Chaozhou Tan describes the Singaporean flavors of star anise, galangal, and molasses like soy sauce as a natural pairing with duck. Marvelina adds the spices before the soy sauces and stir-fries until aromatic before adding the duck. Step 7. Braise the duck. Add 3 cups of water to the pan. The liquid should come about halfway up the sides of the duck, not submerge it completely. Bring the liquid to a boil, then immediately reduce the heat to low. Cover the pan with a tight-fitting lid and let the duck simmer gently for 1½ hours. Every 20–30 minutes, carefully turn the duck over so that both the breast side and back side spend equal time in the braising liquid, ensuring even coloring and flavor penetration. The gentle simmer is crucial. A rolling boil will toughen the meat and cause the skin to split, while a slow, barely bubbling braise will yield tender, fall-apart meat with intact, glossy skin. Cross-reference note. All cross-reference sources confirm a braising time of 1 to 1½ hours on the stove. Marvelina notes that cooking time should be adjusted based on the duck's weight, approximately 10–15 minutes per 450 G. If using a pressure cooker, the time reduces to about 40 minutes with a 10–15 minute natural pressure release. The duck is done when a skewer inserted into the thickest part of the thigh meets no resistance and the juices run clear. Step 8. Reduce and thicken the gravy. After 1½ hours, remove the lid and check the duck for tenderness. If the meat is not yet tender, continue simmering for another 15–30 minutes. Once the duck is tender, transfer it carefully to a cutting board and let it rest. If there is too much braising liquid remaining in the pan, increase the heat and boil quickly for 2–3 minutes to reduce it to a thick, glossy, intensely flavored gravy. Taste and adjust the seasoning. The gravy should be deeply savory with a subtle sweetness from the caramel and a rich, rounded soy sauce character. If the gravy needs thickening, mix 1 tablespoon of tapioca flour with 2 tablespoons of cold water and stir it into the simmering liquid until it reaches a sauce-like consistency that coats the back of a spoon. Cross-reference note, Marvelina strains the braising liquid to remove the solid aromatics before thickening, then uses only a portion of the liquid as gravy and saves the rest for other dishes. She thickens with tapioca starch, which gives a silky, translucent gloss. Lee Sook Ching's original recipe does not call for thickening, but it is a common and welcome addition confirmed by multiple sources. Step 9. Rest, carve, and serve. Allow the duck to rest for 10–15 minutes on the cutting board. This lets the juices redistribute throughout the meat so they do not run out when you carve. Using a heavy cleaver, cut the duck into bite-sized pieces, cutting through the bone, Chinese style. Arrange the pieces on a serving platter. If you braised a strip of pork belly or shoulder alongside the duck, as suggested in the original recipe, slice it and arrange it alongside. Ladle the hot, thickened gravy generously over the sliced duck so that the meat glistens. Serve immediately with steamed white rice, or, for the full hawker center experience, with yam rice. Pass the chili sauce at the table so each diner can add their desired amount of tangy heat. Cross-reference note, Taste Atlas notes that the duck is sliced and served with a portion of the reduced braising liquid that serves as a sauce. The skin should be glossy from the braising liquid, and the meat tender and flavorful. Marvelina serves the duck with braised teochew and hard-boiled eggs that have been simmered in the braising liquid for 30 minutes, a classic hawker center presentation. Chaozhou Tan reflects that the braised eggs taste best soaked in the braising liquid overnight, so the flavor permeates most of the whites. Notes and tips. Choosing the right duck. A1. 5 kilograms duck is ideal for home cooking, small enough to fit in a standard pan or wok, yet large enough to feed 6-8 people. If only a larger duck is available, increase the braising time by 30-45 minutes and add an extra cup of water to ensure the liquid does not reduce too far. Marvelina used a 3 kilograms duck and provides a useful weight-to-time ratio of 10-15 minutes per 450 g. The caramel is everything. The dark caramel created by cooking sugar and oil is what distinguishes Lor Ark from a simple soy sauce braise. It provides color, depth, and a subtle bittersweet complexity that no amount of dark soy sauce alone can replicate. Take the caramel to a deep amber, almost dark enough to look burnt, but stop before it actually burns. If it burns, discard and start again. A burnt caramel will make the entire dish bitter. Galangal versus ginger. Galangal is essential to the authentic Teochew flavor. It is denser, more fibrous, and more piney than ginger, with a warm, almost eucalyptus-like aroma. If you absolutely cannot find galangal, ginger is the closest substitute, but the flavor will be noticeably different. Slice the galangal thinly before stuffing it into the cavity so its volatile oils release more readily during braising. Optional spice enhancements. While Lee Sook Ching's recipe uses only galangal, the cross-reference sources widely include star anise S, cinnamon, cloves S, garlic, gan, and 5 spice powder. These are traditional regional variations. Add any or all of them to the braising liquid for a more complex spice profile. Cheryl Luliantan A rubs the duck with salt and 5 spice powder before braising for deeper flavor penetration. Braising eggs and tofu, a quintessential part of the Lor Ark experience, is the braised accompaniments. After removing the duck, add hard-boiled eggs and firm bean curd tea to the simmering braising liquid for 30 minutes. They will absorb the rich, dark soy caramel flavors and turn a beautiful mahogany color. For the best flavor, soak the eggs in the braising liquid overnight in the refrigerator. Leftover braising liquid. The braising liquid is liquid gold, do not discard it. Strain out the solids and store the liquid in the refrigerator or freezer. It can be reused as a master braising stock, a lor, or rusty for subsequent batches of duck, pork, tofu, or eggs, with each use deepening in complexity. Marvelina suggests using the leftover liquid to make Singapore lor mee or soy sauce chicken noodles. Storage. Braised duck actually improves in flavor after a day in the refrigerator as the meat continues to absorb the braising liquid. Reheat gently in the braising liquid over low heat until warmed through. The duck can be refrigerated for up to 4 days or frozen for up to 2 months.